Hello, class and teacher. This is my troubleshooting how-to by Maria Apostolico. For my first slide, I put a reminder of the CompTIA troubleshooting process, where we identify the problem, establish a theory of probable cause, test that theory to determine the cause, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution, verify full system functionality, and if applicable, implement preventative measures, and document findings, actions, and outcomes. For my first example question, I chose, why is my Wi-Fi not working? So first we identify the problem. So I'm going to ask some pertinent questions. When did the issue start? Has anything changed? Is it all devices that are disconnected, or is it just one or two? Are your cords that connect to your router securely connected? Does your router have power? Is your network showing under available networks? And then what happens if you hardwire your computer to your router? And when was the last time you power cycled your router? To establish a theory of probable cause based on the answers provided, I have a couple of examples based on the answers provided. For example, if it's only one device that's disconnected, the Wi-Fi switch may be turned off, or the network hasn't been added under network settings, or somehow got deleted and you just need to add it back, something simple like that. If the router doesn't have power, the power strip could have tripped, or an outlet may have tripped. Or there could be a light switch that turns the outlet off. I've seen that happen. They said that their internet was going off at 7 p.m. every night, and it turns out they were turning off the light switch every night at 7 p.m. And if it's been a while since the last power cycle, the cache may have built up in the router, and it needs to be cleared with a reboot. I would say, so I work for a help desk, and I would say with the Wi-Fi not working issues, rebooting the router fixes the problem 75% of the time. Okay, so then we test our theories to determine the cause. To test our theory, we can visually look for the Wi-Fi switch on the device, and we can go into the network settings and check to see if the network has been added. We can test the outlet or the power strip to see if it works, and visually look on the walls for a nearby light switch. I think the only way to test my reboot theory is to actually reboot, though. I can't think of any way to test whether or not the cache needs to be cleared. Now, don't forget, after you're done with all that, verify full system functionality, and if applicable, implement preventative measures. Then you can document your finds, actions, and outcomes. I did put an example of our ticketing system in here so that you can see the different types of ticketing systems there are, with the job name and the description and all that. I kind of blacked out my information except for my email. I guess if you want to email me, go ahead and email me. Okay, so for my next example, I chose, how do I fix the Windows blue screen errors? This one I didn't go as in-depth as to which step I'm going to be using for the step-by-step because I'm trying to save time because I know these are supposed to be between 5 and 10 minutes. So this is just my step-by-step. It's not broken down into categories. Okay, so first, what is the specific error in stop code? Has anything changed? Based on the stop code, you can try specific troubleshooting for your blue screen error code by looking up that code online. Now, as for things that have changed, what's changed with the system recently? Was there a Windows update? Do you get the error when you're using a particular software? Like, do you always get the error when you're using Excel? And if you did recently run a Windows update, you can head to Settings, Update and Security, Windows Update, and View Update History. You can also check for Windows and driver updates if you haven't updated in a while. That could also be the problem. Next, we test your computer hardware. We can run a memory checker to check the memory, and then check for hard drive errors. Then we could remove all non-essential peripherals. We could run a system restore. We could scan for malware. We could run a file systems check scan. We could boot into safe mode. And worst comes to worst, we could reinstall Windows. For my third example, I chose no keys on my keyboard work. Note, if you need to type, you can use the on-screen keyboard that is under accessibility. So I will have checked and verified that the keyboard was firmly plugged in, checked and verified that the newest driver for the keyboard was updated, checked and verified there is no visible damage to the keyboard, checked and verified the keyboard is debris free with compressed air, and checked and verified that the USB port is working. That is my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And for the sake of time, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much.